Right, there's a quick walk around video for a Mazda CX-7. This is a 2.2 diesel with 88,000 miles recorded. As you can see here, registered EN59DVL. Car's in generally very good condition. It's beautiful inside. Exterior is really clean with only a couple of very minor blemishes indeed. I'll show you those because they're actually on the front of the car, nice and easy to see. Just, you can see there, the chrome surround on the grille, just got a little crack there, just like it should just do the gluing or a local man to repair it, but it's only on the plastic. Bonnet, lenses, all absolutely spot on. It's just gone through our workshops with a clean bill of health, but in fabulous order. Very nice looking car actually. Coming to the front of the vehicle here, Goodyear tyre on the front, it's got absolutely tons of tread, it's about 9mm measured, alloy completely unmarked. You come down the panel work here, all in really fine order. Back of the vehicle, again Goodyear tyre, again tons of tread, 89mm on there, alloy absolutely spot on. Come down the flanks, I can't see any dimple dents, marks or anywise on the offside of the vehicle. Going around back of the car, again very clean and crisp, it really is. So finally come to the near side of the car. Again, you can see there, really crisp in the panel work. Goodyear tyre again on the back here. It's a full set actually of Goodyear efficient grip tyres, all put on at the same time, so they'll all have about 9mm because they've just been done. Alloy again in lovely condition. Panel work really is extraordinarily clean, just very odd minor mark which is consummate with the age and mileage of the car. Again, last alloy really clean again, and tyre as with the others in super order, but overall car in very nice condition. So coming to the boot area of the car, you can see here very big boot on the car, tonneau covers all there and intact. All you got to do is just pull that down, drop it, and then you can see there all in really nice order. Fabric's really very good indeed. On the Mazdas you've got this lovely easy, just pull that lever there and then that drops, whoops, go down that way, that seat down like that, and then likewise on this side here as well. It's very cleverly done. Coming to the back of the car, all in fabulous order, it really is. Back of the seats pretty much unmarked there. Door cover on that side again, all very good. Leather work, realistically, it just doesn't look as though anyone's ever actually sat in the back seat here. It was in absolutely stunning condition. It's so crisp. Finally, come to the front of the vehicle. Driver's door card, and just very nice order indeed. Car benefits from a full set of Mazda mats and leather work on this electrically adjustable seat. Again, in fabulous order. Bolsters there. Obviously, it's designed to sort of wear a bit as you get in and out, but the leather work's all absolutely spot on. And then passenger seat, absolutely unmarked. So inside the car now, engine running as it has been all the way through. And just to quickly go down there, full owner's manual pack and lock and wheel nut key still with the vehicle. What the video doesn't really show you is just how clean and crisp it is inside here. Obviously a big spec car, so you got this small but very efficient actually. Sat-nav system, pop into reverse there, and that goes to a nice rear parking camera as well. But it said it is in fabulous order. All the switch gears really lovely. 6-speed gearbox lever, obviously centre console and cup holders, heated seats, all work absolutely beautifully. I use those myself and I know they work absolutely spot on. Coming across, multifunction steering wheel there. You can see there, engine's running, there's no warning lights, just the low fuel light on the car, and we've got 88,160 miles recorded. But overall, a car in fabulous order. What should follow now should be a short road test of this very car. Right, this is the road test video for a Mazda CX-7. This is the 2.2 diesel Sport Tech. Mileage at the start of this brief road test is 88,148 miles. Registration number of the car, look at it, is EN59DVL. reason we do the road tests is so people can see the cars prior to coming to see us. We're now selling to customers from all over the near continent and certainly all over the UK. And the way the internet works now is that you can do this from your living room, hopefully. But we just like to show the vehicles. If there's anything on the vehicle that needs or merits mentioning or bringing to your attention, then we can do so on the test drive. What I try and do the test drives, do them in much the same way as any prospective buyer would do it themselves, and that's just to go through the major components one by one. So starting with the engine of the car, starts very, very quickly. First turn of the key, hot or cold. It was a very, very chilly morning this morning, just about freezing with a tiny frost on the car. Started beautifully, started very quietly, settled to a very even idle. Pulls very, very well, this car. I mean, it's 170 horsepower, I think. We're predominantly Honda specialists, so this is quite a new vehicle to me. Actually came in on part exchange against one of our Hondas last night. But the engine itself, so it pulls really nicely, very sweet in operation, very, very quiet, but there's no strange noises and there's no warning lights on the dashboard. The only light currently showing is the low fuel light, which I'll attend to in a second before I run out. Engine obviously then runs through into clutch and gearbox. The clutch on the car, very smooth in operation, bites absolutely beautifully. When I'm stationary or even when I'm driving, there's no change in engine notes, no vibrations when the clutch is in or out, which suggests everything's in sort of good order underneath there. As I say, it bites absolutely beautifully. Gearbox of the vehicle, it's very typically Japanese. It's in that sense, it's beautifully done. Very, very nice gear change quality, and the actual actuation, synchromesh, everything all's in really lovely order. The quality of the linkage is very, very good indeed. I said I've always been a huge fan of Honda's gearboxes. They are superb, but this is pretty close to them in that sense, because the linkage is really good. I can't detect any obvious wear in the gear change at all. It just feels really, really tight indeed. Very nice position of the gear lever. It's up slightly higher than in lots of cars, but it's a nice natural position. But all the gears change beautifully. Obviously, it's a 6-speed box. I'm in 6th way too early, really, which just shows how tractable the engine is. But yeah. So in terms of engine, gearbox, and clutch, absolutely spot on. Drives very, very nicely indeed. Driving along now, car tracks absolutely bullet straight. There's no vibrations coming back to the steering wheel of the car, so it just pulls dead straight. It's a nice precise power steering setup. I can't feel any wear on the steering at all, through the steering itself certainly. It's just had a brand new MOT, which the gentleman had placed on the vehicle prior to it being part exchanged in at our insistence. But yeah, very nice sporty drive actually for one of these types of cars. You do feel it's more car-like than lots of them. I can't. The whole purpose of this video, obviously, is just to pick up on anything that there may be, but there is nothing coming back through there at all. Likewise, the suspension of the car going about its business really nicely, very comfortable. It rides really nicely. Very little body roll with it, which is quite nice. So you're not getting flung about, which you can get with a lot of SUVs. But again, as I'm going over bumps, what I tend to do, what I did when I first drove this car, was just listen out for little bangs and crashes that shouldn't really be there. Which sometimes you get little drop links or suspension struts, kind of a bit of wear, and they can just clank about a bit, and it just makes the car feel loose and tired. But this just feels very, very tight indeed. And don't think for a second that I don't mention things and this is just a sales pitch to get you to buy the car. Well, clearly it's a sales aid, but it's more for the customer's benefit than anything else, which is why we do it. But if there is anything on the vehicles on test drive and on the videos, I do mention them as I've done on previous videos, so I'm not just ticking boxes. Also, as I drive along, just listening out for kind of noises that shouldn't really be there, and by that I mean kind of wind noise, wind intrusion that can be quite annoying, and especially on a car that's genuinely as quiet as this. But normally if you've got a badly fitted windscreen or especially with a few miles on the clock, you know, door seals where people skag them getting in and out, you can get annoying little wind hisses, but there's nothing. It's very, very, very quiet actually. Brakes on the car, rock solid. I hit them quite hard this morning on the way into work to try them out. No pulsing, no vibration coming through them at all at speed. So again, all in very good order. I know the tyres were replaced quite recently on the car, so they're all good, but they're actually quiet on the road as well. Looking inside the car, it's in very, very nice condition. There's not a squeak or a rattle from the interior, which is, you know, very typical Japanese cars. They do put these things together very, very well indeed. You know, any wear inside the car is tiny. You know, it's certainly keeping with the mileage of the car, but this looks like a very well looked after car with the mileage it's done. Every button I pressed thus far, at least, has worked absolutely beautifully. Air conditioning I checked when it first was offered to us. That pumps out lovely cold air. Obviously got a heater on this morning because it's chillier, but I did check that all works beautifully. On these versions you get sat nav as well. It's a relatively small screen, but actually quite easy to read. You know, the graphics are very good, but it all functions exactly as it should. Obviously if you pop the car into reverse, you get a nice little parking camera on there as well. Instrument binnacle, very typical Mazda actually, little pod there, everything working, all the pixelation's perfect. Temperature's running a third of the way up on the dial, which is absolutely spot on for one of these engines that operates in temperature. But then obviously auto lights, auto wipers all working beautifully as well, and you've got this multifunction steering wheel which in my hand feels nice and clean and basically without any obvious wear on it at all. Just check the wipers because they're a bit of a pet hate of mine. I hate smeary wipers. But they all look, actually the left hand side one looks like it could do with a new blade possibly, unless it's got a leaf stuck under it. We'll have a look at that because they are I say a bit of a pet hate of mine, as I said. But all in all, so look at a car that drives really, really nicely. It's, you know, it's very smooth riding, very, very quiet. I must admit, this is, you know, very much like a petrol on the move. Obviously, you know, it's diesel at low revs, but you know, even that's, you know, very well insulated and isolated from the driver. But the actual feel of the car, which is much harder to get over on a video, is of one that feels incredibly tight and taut. You know, in that sense, you know, I'd thoroughly recommend it. Obviously, if there's anything I missed out on the video, then, you know, please don't hesitate. Do give us a call, and we'd be obviously more than happy to come through. They're very nice to them. You know, yeah. So if we missed anything on the video, don't hesitate. Give us a shout, and we'll be more than happy to answer any questions you may have about the car.